Good morning everyone, Saturday 3rd of July 2010 and it is lovely weather outside. So today I'm going to do the first of two movie reviews. The first one being the 1985 classic directed by Richard Donner and presented by Steven Spielberg, The Goonies, starring Sean Astin, Josh Brolin and Corey Feldman among a few others as well. Excuse me. This was showcased at the Tyneside Cinema, which was where I went to see Superman the movie back in May, and it was a limited capacity and it was shown for free. It was I think the maximum capacity was about 70 people, so a lot of people, quite a big number, did turn up. I went with my friend Cheryl, and it was just like being a kid again, honestly, because there are so many 80s films that I've never seen in the cinema as a kid. So when films like this pop up, if I can have the opportunity to go and see them, then I will. And I'm glad that Tyneside were showing The Goonies, and it was just awesome. That's all I can say. You've got you've obviously got Sloth, Chunk, and Sloth's mother as well, who is just, I think, is just funny. You've got the other two brothers, played by Joe Pantoliano, and I completely forget the other guy's name. Oh God, it's just, all I can say is that, yeah, Robert Davi, the Fratellis. That was the Fratelli family. So as I say, you've got Sean Astin, Josh Brolin, Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk. He was just amazing. Corey Feldman, and then you've got Kerry Green, Martha Plimpton, Jonathan Coquan, John Matuzak, who played Sloth, Robert Davi and Joe Pantoliano, who played the Fratellis, and Ramsey as Mama Fratelli. That's just awesome. So you look at that cast, and obviously they all met up like 20 years later, was it, or so? Back it, well, not even that. Yeah, it was actually 15 years later. Sorry, not even 20, but 20? No, 25. Yeah, it was 1985, 2010. Yes, it was 25 years later. They met earlier this year, and all of them, sitting there with Steven Spielberg and Richard Donner, and you had all the main actors there, and it was just awesome seeing them all together. There was obviously talk of doing a Goonies 2. To be honest, I'm actually glad that they didn't do a sequel, because this is one of those 80s classics film that just needs to be its own. It has stood the test of time, and it will forever stand the test of time, as far as I'm concerned, for like the next maybe 40 or 50 years, because The Goonies is forever going to be a classic, and a lot of us kids can associate ourselves with the characters in the film as well. I'm not going to talk much about the story or the plot, because we all know what it's about. So if you've seen The Goonies, you'll know exactly what it's about. If you haven't, shame on you. Get the DVD and go and watch it. That's all I'm going to say. But no, seriously, it was like being 5 years old again, and just watching this film unfold in front of me, in front of my eyes, and these characters just, they make the film amazing, is all I can say. Chunk in particular, his lines are just the best. The way he acts, the way that he behaves, the fact that he's always on the hunt for food and everything. And then you've got Corey Feldman as Mouth, who is just, again, awesome. Sean Astin as little Mikey Walsh, Josh Brolin as his older brother Brandon. Yeah, it's just brilliant. That's all I can say. So thanks to the Tyneside Cinema for showing it. Thanks to Richard Donner and Steven Spielberg for allowing us to have this amazing experience. And the other thing is, when you're young and you're watching a film, certain things are said in the film that you just don't even bother thinking about. You think, oh right, such and such has just said that, who cares what it means? But as you get older, you start to think, wait a second, is that what they were saying? Oh shit. So we're sitting there, and when Sean Astin's character Mikey mentions One-Eyed Willie, pretty much everyone was laughing, because we're all older now and we're thinking, One-Eyed Willie, that's not the name of a pirate anymore, is it? So it's like, you can kind of understand what must have been going through the scriptwriter's head at the time that they wrote this movie. And it's like, you've got, oh my god, One-Eyed Willie. So yeah, that pretty much just says it all. But But I'm going to leave it there. What I would like to say to Tyneside Cinema is, if you can showcase any other sort of classic 80s films, such as like the Gremlins, Ghostbusters, Home Alone, Tron, if you can showcase Tron to the build-up to before Tron Legacy is released, that would be awesome. Honestly, I would be first in line to see Tron on the big screen before I see Tron Legacy. That would just be amazing, because I watched these films over the Christmas period. You know, the Goonies, Gremlins 1 and 2, Home Alone 1 and 2, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, Tron is in there as well, so is Uncle Buck, and there's a number of other films in there as well. So honestly, it would be awesome if you can showcase these movies. Yeah, and I would so be there to see them. You know, I would love to see them, because there's nothing more amazing than going to the cinema to see a film that you love so much, or see a film that you think is going to be amazing, that you're anticipating to see. And you know, the cinema is the best experience that you can get, as far as I'm concerned. You know, people can say, oh well, I downloaded this movie. I'm like, well, okay, you downloaded it, but you're not getting the full experience. You know, I'm going to go to the cinema so I can see and experience it in the way that it was made, and the intention that it was made for. So yeah, please, I'm urging you, please, to release films like Tron, Gremlins, Ghostbusters. Bring them out into the cinema, and I will definitely be there. I think, to be honest, I think they've already shown Ghostbusters, and I think I might have missed it. So if they can show it again, it would be awesome. But I'm going to leave it there, and coming up straight after this is my review of the Twilight Saga Eclipse. Goodbye.